welcome to Storyboard. We are at Cannes Lions, and amongst all the creatives that I'm meeting here, I was the most excited to meet Khai. Don't we love the kind of work Ogilvy creates in India and worldwide? Khai, it's a pleasure to have you on my show today.
Thank you.
So we are at Cannes Lions. Do you think there is too much pressure on creatives to win awards?
No. I think awards is a measurement, really. It's not the end result. The end result is sales, and you have to go back to that notion that it's really a measurement. And we believe that you cannot improve, you cannot measure. So Cannes is just one of the measurements as a metrics that we use. And is there too much pressure? I don't think so, because the pressure is really in how effective is your
work
advertising doing in the marketplace, and for all the right reasons. And that should be the way we think about coming to Cannes.
At the beginning of the year, you had spoken about how you want to focus on creating big, brave, mold-breaking ideas. We are sitting in June. It's the middle of the year. How much of that has been achieved so far?
Well, our job is never done. And, when you talk about mold-breaking work, it's an ongoing process that we push the peanut further, actually. And how far can the peanut go? That's the million-dollar question. And, the issue here is really you're never satisfied. And as David Ogilvy taught us, it's the practice of divine discontent, which is a lovely word. And we feel that we are all practicing divine discontent. So to do the mold-breaking work, we just have to continue to be disruptive, to be irreverent, to be telling the great narratives, the great storytelling.
So sticking to storytelling, storytelling has become like a way of life for advertising industry. What are the best stories that you've heard recently?
Oh, there's so many. Where do you start? I think story is as old as the hills, as they say. And, it does something great in us.
Yeah.
Because I think by listening to stories and stories that you like, or you watch a movie, I think it's been... we have the data coming back that it secretes a dopamine. You get a dopamine fix. It's like eating chocolates or having a dog to pet. And I think that will never go away. And the stories are as old as the hills. Be it a soap opera, or be it a classic Indian movie, to a Western movie. You always have the story arc. You always have a hero, the heroine, the antagonist, protagonist. So there's always tension. And just as you think the hero is in trouble, he gets into more trouble.
In advertising, which are the best stories that you've heard?
Well, in advertising, I think one of the best stories is the, I would say, Qualcomm. It's a story we have done for our client Qualcomm. It's a long-form content. And I love the stories that was told in the BMW films, The Hire, which won the Titanium Grand Prix here very early on. I think that was the first time that we had content. Now everything is content.
Content, correct.
And those are the classic stories. There's always a bad guy. And there were a lot of bad guys in there. And the story arc took you through that narrative. And to me, that's real classic storytelling. That will never go away.
Khai, yours is considered as one of the most creative agencies in the world. And, this industry has seen so many changes in the recent past. What are the changes that have taken place within your agencies that match with the changes around you?
Well, I don't think necessarily the changes that are taking place in our agency necessarily matches the changes around us. I think all the major businesses around the world has been, under threat and disruptive. Disruption has come into our world, the past 5 years now. And CMOs are also under threat. They have 24 months to really make
the difference.
difference.
Yeah.
And is under so much pressure, tremendous pressure.
Yeah.
And I think the creativity that agencies have is still fundamental. The clients can't do that. The consultancy companies can't do that. And that's what we have, that's what we own. And now more than ever, creativity should play a bigger part in what we do.
Yeah.
So for us at ogilvy&mather, we are transforming to a leaner corporation, to one Ogilvy. In other words, we are streamlining all our different departments, and we are making it feel like a smaller agency. And pervasive creativity is a philosophy that we believe in, that John and I believe in. What that means is everyone is creative.
Yeah.
And that's very true, because all of us are born creative. We just got educated out of us. And what it means is we've broken down the walls of creativity, creative departments, and set it free. So in that sense, you want to free that up, and everyone in the agency is creative. It doesn't matter if one is a planner or an account manager. I think everyone is capable of coming up with ideas. I mean, the best ideas win.
Let the best ideas win. Speaking of John, what are the points that you both, how is it working with him? And what are the points that both of you agree on? And, which are the points or areas where there is a clear disagreement?
Well, I think there are more agreements than disagreements. I think, first of all, let me say that. And I think it's wonderful that John and we're sharing the same desk. I think that's agreed. And, we're just opposite, well, not opposite each other, we're just alongside each other.
Yeah.
We have a very long desk in New York, overlooking the Hudson River. And behind us is an aircraft carrier. We feel very protected, actually.
Yeah. So how does this suit and ponytail work together?
Well, I wouldn't call him a suit, but actually, it's great because nobody can divide us. And I look at some of the numbers, he looks at some of the work. So we swap roles in that sense, subliminally.
Yeah.
And it's amazing, and it's been fun, actually, since John has come down from the 10th floor onto the 8th floor, which is where I was with my previous partner, Miles Young.
Yeah.
And it's been wonderful. And actually, because he and we travel around the world so often, and every time we get together, we just catch up naturally.
Yeah.
So I think we do agree on growth through great work.
And what about the disagreement?
Well, I don't think there's much disagreement, really. At least we haven't come across that yet.
Yeah.
I'll tell you in 6 months' time. But I think so far it's been great. Because he's a formidable supporter of pervasive creativity and the work. John understands wholeheartedly that as a creative agency, we have that creative firepower.
Yeah.
And we use that to our advantage because it's something the clients cannot do.